All right, let's dive into something that's, well, it's pretty terrifying, but it's also something we absolutely have to talk about. As our cities get bigger and our climate keeps changing, the risk of a mega disaster isn't some far-off sci-fi plot anymore. So today, we're gonna walk through what that actually looks like, moment by moment. No, seriously, just for a second, think about that. Your street, where you work, your home. What would happen if it all got turned upside down in an instant? It's a scary thought, for sure. But, facing that possibility, that's the very first step to being ready for it. So, what are we up against? Well, the threat isn't just one single thing. It's actually this perfect storm of powerful natural forces, and they're getting supercharged by how we build our cities and treat our environment. For this explainer, we're gonna zero in on two of the biggest, most destructive water-based disasters out there. We're talking massive floods and, of course, tsunamis. So what's the difference between the two? I mean, they're both water, right? Well, it all comes down to where they start and how fast they move. Floods, they usually come from the sky. Think heavy rain, overflowing rivers. They can be slow or they can be fast. But tsunamis are a whole different beast. They're born from the planet itself, earthquakes, underwater landslides, and their speed is just mind-blowing. They can cross oceans as fast as a jet plane, and that speed is what makes them so incredibly dangerous. Okay, so let's get to the heart of it. We're gonna run a simulation, a step-by-step timeline of what a mega disaster actually feels like as it unfolds. By walking through this scenario, we can get a way better picture of the chaos, the real-world consequences, and, most importantly, those critical moments where our actions can literally make all the difference. We've broken this whole thing down into 4 key stages. First up, you've got the warning, that tiny, precious window of time you have. Then, bam, the onset, when it all hits the fan. After that, we've got the aftermath, which is this messy, cascading chaos. And finally, the long, long road to recovery. This framework is going to help us see exactly how it all plays out. Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here. Before a single drop of water hits the street, there's data. Our modern systems are designed to give us a fighting chance. You know those alerts that pop up on your phone, the sirens you hear in the distance? That's the first line of defense. It's a flat-out race against the clock to get people out of harm's way. And if you need proof of how important that warning is, just look at this number, 50%. According to the UN, getting a warning out just 24 hours ahead of time can cut the number of deaths by half. Think about that. That's proof right there that technology, when we use it right, saves an incredible number of lives. But that warning window doesn't stay open forever. And when it closes, the event begins. And the onset? It is nothing short of pure chaos. This is that terrifying moment when the what if becomes the what is. And the first thing to buckle is the infrastructure we all take for granted every single day. Just try to picture it. Water is surging through the streets with so much force that it's just tossing cars around like toys. Power lines snap, and boom, entire neighborhoods are plunged into total darkness. Cell towers go down, cutting people off from help, from information, from their loved ones. The entire lifeblood of the city just stops, and this all happens in minutes. And remember that insane speed we talked about earlier? Over 500 kilometers an hour. Yeah, in a tsunami, that's how fast the destruction is coming at you. It's almost impossible to wrap your head around a wall of water moving that fast. It's exactly why the impact is so explosive, so utterly devastating when it finally hits land. Okay, so the first wave has passed. The floodwaters have peaked, but the disaster is so far from over. Honestly, in a lot of ways, the worst is just getting started. The aftermath isn't a single event. It's a chain reaction, a domino effect, where the first hit triggers failures across every single part of the city. You can really see how the damage just spreads out across these 4 key areas. Physically, you've got wrecked roads, hospitals out of commission. Environmentally, those floodwaters, they're toxic, contaminating everything. Economically, businesses are wiped out, people lose everything. And then there's the social impact. Huge numbers of people left homeless, leading to massive public health crises. The really key thing to get here is that these aren't separate issues. They're all tangled together, creating one giant, complex, citywide emergency. And then there are the scars you can't see. We can't forget this part. Beyond all the rubble and the flooding, there's a deep, deep human cost. Research makes it crystal clear that for survivors, the psychological trauma, we're talking PTSD, crippling anxiety, can stick around for years. It becomes its own kind of public health crisis. And you know what? Rebuilding a person's mind can be even tougher than rebuilding an entire city. Now, this whole scenario might sound like something out of a movie, but it's not. It's grounded in the harsh reality of things that have actually happened. We've learned some incredibly tough lessons from past mega disasters, and those painful lessons are now shaping how we get ready for what's next. Just look at this timeline of really tough lessons. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, it was just a brutal, brutal wake-up call that we needed global warning systems, and we needed them yesterday. Then, in 2010, the floods in Pakistan showed a direct line between how we mismanage our environment and how catastrophic these events can become. And then 2011, the tsunami in Japan, that was the one that proved that even the most technologically advanced, most prepared nations on Earth are still vulnerable when nature unleashes its full power. So, okay. We've learned from the past, we've walked through this scenario, so where does that leave us? What do we do now? Well, the big shift happening right now is moving away from just reacting to disasters and toward proactively building resilience right into the DNA of our cities. It's about creating a future that can actually take a punch. And the way forward is really a strategy with a bunch of different layers. It's got to start with smarter urban planning, building cities that can bend without breaking. It means we have to keep investing in faster, better warning systems. It means taking care of our environment to create natural defenses, like restoring coastal wetlands that can absorb storm surge. And this is a big one. It absolutely depends on training communities and working together internationally. Because when a crisis of this scale hits, no city, no country is on its own. And that brings us right back to where we started. The science is pretty clear on this. The risks are getting bigger. We've walked through the whole terrifying scenario, from that first crucial warning to the long, hard road to recovery. We've looked at the lessons history has taught us and the strategies that can build a better future. So the last question, it's really for you. Is your city ready?